All right, great. How you doing, man?
Good.
All
Thanks for
right,
having me.
good, good. I mean, it was a pleasure definitely having you here, guys. I just want to make definitely a real introduction here. We have the pleasure of having Mr. Alex Freeze from actually Credit Suite. I would say they're the business credit tycoon software system. I know I've had maybe three businesses in their system and have gotten millions in funding based on the credibility of having a business credit platform that gave me my PEDX score, gave me my vending credit, business credit. So today we're talking about business credit, guys, and being able to really get everything that you need to really have it formatted for your business in one place. And this guy is the mastermind behind what you see on social media when it comes to when you see Credit Suite. You might see the actually CEO, Ty Crandall, speaking on a lot of webinars and so forth. But, for me, I like talking to people that actually giving you the real identity of what the business entails. It's about branding. It's about the way it comes across, the impression of the business, and I think you did a remarkable job, man. So Alex, tell us a little bit about what you do with the business, and where the business is actually going this year for 2023.
Thanks. Well, so I'm the head of marketing at Credit Suite, so I oversee all of our, kind of what you mentioned, our social media, our
Mm-hmm.
website, all of our email marketing, and I interact with a lot going on in the product, as well as the account executives and also the back end advisor team that
Mm-hmm.
supports all of our clients coming in. So I oversee the entire customer journey from start to finish. And so we have a lot of plans coming up for 2023.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously there's a recession,
Yeah.
there's unprecedented inflation. All of these things are
Mm-hmm.
hurting small business owners.
Yeah. Sure.
And
Mm-hmm.
having business credit established before all of these things happen is best case scenario, but starting to build business credit now is better than nothing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And what we see is business credit combined with good personal credit and a few other different factors that we call fundability
Mm-hmm.
factors
Mm-hmm.
play a huge role in a business's ability to get financing. So if you just have personal credit, you may be able to get a loan, but it's going to be for X terms at whatever rates you're able to get. When you throw in good business credit there,
Mm-hmm.
along with time in business, making sure that your fundability foundation is set up properly,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to see higher approvals, more approvals,
Mm-hmm.
better terms, better rates.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're trying to get as many business owners to kind of know what business credit is and how to properly leverage business credit. It's
Mm-hmm.
not the end all be all solution to financing your business, but it's an incredibly powerful tool to help protect personal credit and also leverage for more financing.
Yeah, absolutely. He brings up a great point, guys. Me, I put my branding out there. I'm the funding CEO, and I take that with, I'll take it, humbly saying that I've really persevered through the last 7 to 8 years of small business here in Charlotte. I've run some really sustainable businesses here. Have catapulted, from the entertainment industry, of course, bringing CIAA here. And CIAA, guys, for the people who don't know, it's more of a, HBCUs and things like that, that we're really having it was a big event, it was a big party, but it was a lot of millions of people coming into the city and things of that sort, and really saw how small businesses that wasn't set up properly got set to the side. They didn't have enough inventory. They ran out of food. It was just certain things that I knew that business credit played, a big part of how the people that was properly set up and the people that was really running a real business and had real vending credit and things of that sort. And so, that's why we really want to bring that up to, this subject here. But at the end of the day, I was beneficial to be able to see it from the high end and really be able to switch gears from the entertainment industry, more of being more of a junior ticket master in my own right, had my own ticketing modules in convention centers and so forth. So really was always really more a behind the scene guy, but knew everything. But a lot of data. I mean, I think I had an email list of probably close to what 200,000 people at one time. Was able to actually monetize that. It was interesting. I'm not the marketing guy. It was like they would tell me, he say, "Well, Marvin, how much would you charge for us to use your e-blast?" I was like, "What do you mean?" He was like, "Man, you the one got every data. You know where everybody's going. You know how much people's paying. You know what part. I was like, "Well, it's interesting." So when we did a little bit of data mining, we saw that we did have a lot of data. So here we go, man. But now we're on this business side, on the financial side. And, my whole thing, guys, of the investments that I made in the financial technology world, non-depository bank owner is what they can call it. I like that though, but, I don't function as a bank, but I put a lot of money in other banks when it comes to via funding and having alternative lenders and partners. So I'll say that respectfully, but, I'm just thrilled for 2023. One, to definitely have a relationship with Credit Suite. Funding credit, having more of a couple of brick and mortar offices here. People really respect of us being here and been grounded for years. Have been on, a lot of major media platforms, have stood the test of time, been on Channel 9 News with Ken Lemon, and used us as more of the COVID advisory team to let small businesses know what they need to do to shift gears. But right now, guys, my momentum and my focus is really trying to get as many business owners that's in business to understand how strong and powerful, as Alex was saying, is having business credit. Um, Having business credit and having, getting connected with Credit Suite, Alex, what would you say would probably be the best tool for people to understand of when they say that $50,000 guarantee and those type of things? A lot of people don't really understand what that is. Could you sort of go in more depth of when they say you finished a program, you should be here?
Yeah, so we break it down by the number of vendors or business credit accounts in general, not just vendors, that somebody should have at the end of going through our program. And the reason we say it's anywhere between 12 and 14 reporting across all three of your business credit reports. So Dun and Bradstreet, Equifax Commercial, and Experian Commercial. And the reason we say that is because that's where we start to see businesses be able to leverage business credit for additional support when they actually go for the financing. On top of that, just using business credit, if your goal is not to maybe get lending right now, using business credit is a valid way to protect personal credit, right? You and I talked previously about using business credit as a way to pull debt that you've accumulated on your personal credit reports as business owners. And I did this with my first marketing agency. Went out, got a credit card, didn't know anything about business credit. It had my business name on the credit card, and I was like, oh, this is great. But all of that utilization reported to my personal credit reports.
Right.
And so we can offset that by leveraging vendors, legitimate business credit cards, either secured or unsecured, that don't report to the personal side or report, if we're lucky, to the business credit bureaus. And we want to see that across all of the bureaus. And then we go in and leverage things like personal credit, revenue, and business credit when we go to get somebody financing or match them up with a lender. Okay. Wow. So our tool does all of that. Plus, you're actually working with the advisors to go through sticky points and a lot of people don't recognize is that unlike on the personal side where everyone is required to report to credit bureaus, on the business side, there's no requirement to report to business credit bureaus, and only about 10% actually report of all business credit accounts. Private vendors, so we're talking about like small companies that you may get inventory from.
Yep.
All the way up to business credit cards are not required to report to business credit bureaus. So we're talking about 90% of people don't report.
Right.
So it's really hard to find vendors or business credit accounts to report to your bureaus. And then some of them may only report to one, some of them may report to more than one. And so we break all that down in the software. And in a really easy to use, right now, the software step by step, our new product that's coming out actually breaks it down by what you're going to qualify for and what we match you to based off of all these different fundability factors that we're looking at.
Wow, guys, did you hear that? I mean, actually, not only getting you getting you into the engine of getting you started and getting everything, you're, going through all the due diligence of what you need, and email, your social media presence, and all these, I call it like a 21-point inspection or something, so I sort of use that, if you will, for my clients, just to let people know that they're going to go in, they're going to look up under the hood and and make sure everything is good. But at the end of the day, guys, he brought up a good point, and I'm telling you, me, I look at credit reports and look at businesses all day, and decide on what's a good match. I know we do have some proprietary, software on our side as well, but now being able to have a partner such as Credit Suite, and once they get you in there and they get your vending credit or they get your paydex score, they have matching vendors that they actually tell you which ones report and which ones don't report. Am I right?
Yep. Which ones use personal guarantees, which ones don't use personal guarantees. If they're gonna report, it's just because a vendor doesn't report doesn't mean you shouldn't get it. It could still be very useful to your business. And some of those don't report to the personal side either. And so they're still useful tools in your business. We break all of that down in the software.
Wow.
And actually, you mentioned something that we've done a lot of deep dives into how lenders actually look up information about the business. So a few things that you talked about: email, website, phone number, business address. All of these things are super important. And we used to talk about making sure that everything was congruent across everywhere in your business. And that's still very, very important. And then we would also talk about business phone number getting listed with 401 databases.
Yep.
Which 401 databases don't really exist anymore. Like, nobody uses 401 anymore. But lenders were still looking at them. And then what we discovered is lenders actually are able to pull up databases of business information. But yeah, so we've found the databases that lenders are actually going to look up all this information to verify against what you put on the application or the business owner puts on the application. So with our new product, you'd actually be able to, when you enter in your business information, we double check all that information is correct, and then it gets added through our software to all of the databases that lenders are actually going to look at.
Wow.
So we call it the 125 different fundability factors that lenders are looking for. People ignore address, they ignore phone number, they ignore email address and website, and they're all super important. You wouldn't, if you are going to do business with somebody and they don't have a website, and you Google them and they don't show up, you're going to do business with them. Lenders are the same way.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Right. Yeah, and I mean it's just credibility, guys. It's business credit, but you got to have credibility. To really be established out here, and a lot of people just don't have a clue, but it's just refreshing, because that was my whole thing of me creating this business, because, I looked at, I was like, I could just go back, say, like the last decade, and just think about how many people, definitely even with COVID, but just think about how many people that have actually stepped in the banks, guys, and got denied for a loan and had no clue when they walked out, when they were denied, what to do and where to go. You know what I mean? Let's just think about all those millions, probably billions of people maybe, that have walked in the banks and got denied. Okay, then what? You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, of course, we do have a lot of different resources out here. I like to give big ups to like SCORE and SBA and people like that. But I mean, but 9 times out of 10, I mean, come on, guys, let's just be realistic. There's really not a lot of resources that's out here that's really been like, okay, hey, I want to be your to-go-to person. Or, when people, are getting denied, that the people in the banks really have like, okay, hey, you can go here and
Yeah.
maybe get some assistance. You know what I mean? So we're really talking about something, guys, not only even about how powerful, Credit Suite is and what Alex is doing for the company and what I stand for is helping people get funding. But it's just like we're really just trying to create like a support system
Yeah.
that really can help people. There's these big banking mega cities out here, San Francisco, New York, Charlotte. So I mean, it's like literally right in our face. So, but I mean, it's a whole lot of work to do. But I'm glad to, Alex and you guys are making definitely some steps into upgrading some new technology on you guys' side. I mean, of course, you want to maybe expound on what maybe business owners can look forward to that you guys maybe you want to expound on.
Sure. So to rewind a little bit, you mentioned banks and working with banks. The reason that we love working with partners like you is because you can actually walk a business owner through all the things that they need to know about to apply for the loan, and when they're applying for the loan, what's actually going to happen, and then if they get denied, to investigate why they get denied.
Right.
Banks, for regulatory reasons, can't tell someone why they get
Right.
denied. They'll be like, your personal credit is XYZ, but
Yep.
really there's pages and
It's
pages
so
and
much
pages
more.
of stuff.
Yeah, man.
And so the new software, I think, will really help business owners understand that. So we still need people like you and our advisors and finance specialists at Credit Suite to walk people through denials, and because it's going to happen.
Yeah. Right.
Especially now, banks are clamping down more and more on approvals and requirements that business owners need to meet. But the new software, as you go through, the first step is to basically enter in your business information. Then, like I said, we're going to be able to push that information out into the world. Make sure that you're using proper address. So
Right.
we know if your address is not the proper form of address, like if it's a P.O. box, or you're using a virtual address platform that uses post office boxes instead of physical spaces. There's all different things that lenders and credit issuers are actually going to look at, and so we are able to notify the business owner before they apply.
Yeah.
And
Right.
that's a big piece of it.
Yeah. I'm telling you guys, that is huge. It's like your own literal soft pool.
Yeah.
Within a soft pool.
And then we're big on showing business owners the same data that lenders are going to pull on them. So we want to make it so that you as a business owner can go into our software, pull credit reports that a lender or a credit issuer may look at. Those include all of the different vendors that are reporting on your business credit reports, all the different business credit accounts that are reporting. A lot of people don't know that business credit reports even show like suggested amounts of credit to give, or suggested amounts, loan amounts, based off of that particular bureau's own data sets and and algorithms. And we also want to look at the health of the business as well. So we have a whole, I talk to so many businesses, and I'm sure you do too, where they're logging the vendors that they apply for and get approved for and things like that as they're going through the business credit program in like an Excel sheet, or like a Word document. So our software now tracks if you have vendors reporting before you come into the software, you'll actually be able to log those.
Wow, man. Dude, you guys are, yeah.
And then
yeah.
anything you do through our software is logged automatically. And we have little pings that, make sure that you're paying attention to your credit reports to see, are they reporting? Are they not reporting? Was it approved? Was it denied? If it was approved, how much was it? And then what everyone forgets to do is go back and ask for more money. So if you have vendors, or if you have a business credit account, how much is that line available to you right now? Is it $5,000? Could it be, as your business grows, you're using it to get revenue or inventory or grow your marketing, whatever it is? Can you go and get more?
Yep.
And the more that business credit you're establishing, the greater the line that you have available to you, the more that loan amounts you'll be able to get as well.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I see that all the time, guys. I mean, sometimes we go and we thread the needle with small business owners, and we're looking at the business credit limits and things of that sort. And I'm like, these guys are saying, I said, well, and now people come to me for funding, and they have, sometimes they have, business credit cards that's already been established, 10, 15, 20 grand, and they're looking for 60, 70,000, whatever. And then and sometimes I'm not like I'm, taking money out of my own pocket, but it's like, I want my clients to win. I want them to be able to see the clear picture. And I say, hey, your personal credit is still great. Sometimes, 700 plus credit scores. But before you come to me and ask for more money, won't you just, dive in and look at what you already have on your business? And they make 2 or 3 phone calls. They call me back 2 or 3 days. Hey, Marvin, I was able to get $30,000 just from making 3 phone calls. There you go. They already had it. So it's amazing that you guys got all these different resources, man, all in one, all in one place. And so when it comes to the funding resources that you guys have, is there like a certain amount, or is it sort of calculated on, different industries or?
Yeah, so once somebody goes through the first part of our software where we basically collect all the information and check it, we'll match you up to business credit accounts and lending sources.
Wow.
So the same way we say, like, in these set of vendors or business credit accounts, you're matched to XYZ number of them.
Right.
You may also be matched to various different types of lending products as well. And it all depends on where your business is now. And if you have goals in mind, we'll meet with you and coordinate with the partners that are also serving the clients and figure out what are the next steps that need to happen. Does business credit need to be established? Do we need to, make sure that something that we can't do that partners often help business owners do is make sure they're using the business credit and the money they're getting properly so that they're growing revenue, they're growing their marketing.
Right.
Those are all business activities that lenders want to be able to see. Right? Did revenue increase? Are you leveraging the business credit to increase that revenue? Because that opens up a ton more different lending options as you're growing the business.
Absolutely.
So we match you with what you can get right now and then develop the plan to, hey, these are your goals. Let's grow the business to where, and your credibility and your business credit to where you can apply for those loans.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, man, it's amazing. So, guys, I just want to definitely, before we, get to the end of this interview, which is amazing. This information, guys, I'm telling you, you are gonna either remember it or you're gonna revisit this information that we're talking about right now. It's either gonna come through your business and there's gonna be an aha moment, or you're gonna be applying for funding, or you're gonna go to the bank and really realize your personal credit can't go but so far. There's a credit debt ratio on personal credit for a reason, guys. You see what I'm saying? But you would never hear a business credit debt ratio. There's no such thing. Business is meant to make millions, guys. There is no limit, right? So, go out there. You can make tons of money, leverage your business, scale your business, and do a lot of different things, with the business credit. There is no ceiling to it, right? So, with that, really get acclimated with the system, guys. Here at Funding-Credit, we're here. We have offices, of course, here in front of Concord Mills. We have a satellite office out in, closer to the Cornelius area, and really trying to, get in front of people at the beginning of 2023, definitely to get them funding, but definitely to be able to establish business credit. And so, guys,